Hi, in this video I'll be setting up Centrify on a Mac and joining it to Active Directory using AutoZone and then setting up Smart Card for logging in. First thing I gotta do is log in with a local account. I need a local admin account on that Mac machine so I can install software. Obviously I need to also download the Centrify Mac agent as well. So I have the agent right here. So I'm going to double click on it. One of the first things we're going to do is run the AD check tool to see if we're ready to join the domain. So you see it right here, AD check. Click on that and then type in the name of the domain here. And this is going to see if it's ready to join. Can we find DNS? Can we look at the global catalog? A whole bunch of things inside of here to make sure we get all pass. I only have one note. It talks about SSH on this specific Mac computer, which I don't care about having an SSH server on this Mac. So I'm all good and I passed. So I can get out of that. Now I click on the install. Go through continue. So that's it. The package is installed, but now I'm going to launch the Centrify Join Assistant in order to join Active Directory. So it should be launching now. And you'll see it pop up here in a second. Hit continue. Again, the Join Assistant needs, this is my local account still. Now, this is the Active Directory domain that same thing I did the test on. Now I need to have an ID inside of Active Directory that can join this machine. I'm going to use an account here that I have. This account has to have permission to join Active Directory in whatever OU you choose. Again, I'm going to use AutoZone. The name of the computer is fine, and then you can choose what container you want. Browse it. Pick whatever container you have permissions on. So you have to have permission to join a computer to that container. Take a few seconds. There you go. It's done. So now I'm all good. I'm all joined. I can X out of all this. And what we can do is you can bring up a terminal, and there's a command you can type called AD-info. This is a Centrify command, and you want to see connected. I am connected, and my zone is AutoZone. It found my closest domain controller, and I'm all good. Now, one thing I want to do now is I want to enable Smart Card. So inside the preferences, down at the bottom, you'll see a Centrify tool. Click on that. Inside here, there's a Smart Card Assistant. You notice Smart Card is disabled right now. I can unlock. There's two ways of doing this. I can either click on this button, or if I never wanted to bring up this tool in the first place, there's a tool on the command line, SC tool, -S is status. I can look at all the options inside of here. So I can do a -E to enable it, or I can click the button. Either one works. I can also set this up in group policy for when you start doing your mass deployments. But for one at a time, it's usually easier to use the GUI or the tool. And now notice it's enabled. So now Smart Card is enabled. Now what I would do is stick in your Smart Card now of your test user and make sure the certificates are valid. So on my virtual machine, I can stick in the Smart Card this way. So bring up your keychain access. And now that I stuck in my Smart Card, find your Smart Card over here on the side. I got a PIV card here, and what you want to do is go down to certificates and make sure these are both valid, or as many. You probably have 4 on here. Whatever you have, make sure they're all valid. You can't have any red. So again, this Mac joined Active Directory and download all the certs from Active Directory. Most people set up their certs as a domain at the domain level in a policy. If not, if you don't have this inside Active Directory, you might have set your root certificates on this machine manually. But most people have it inside of Active Directory at a domain level policy. So when you join this Mac, that domain, it automatically downloads those policies so that my certs are all valid. So now that my certs are valid, I can log out. And I can log in right away as that user. What I usually like to do is log back in first as your AD account without the PIN, without the smart card. Again, just to make sure Centrify is working correctly with outside the smart card, let's first log in with your AD account. This is optional. If you have Active Directory only for this account, you might not be able to do this if you only have smart card required, but I don't have that in my environment. So I'm going to log in with my AD account first to make sure Centrify is working correctly outside the smart card component. And this should work fine, so I'm logging in with my AD account to this Mac machine. So that's good. I'm able to log on. So now I can log back off and log back on using my smart card. So now I've inserted back in my smart card, and now I'm logging in. Put in my PIN. Now a second ago I logged in with my AD password, and now I'm logging in with my PIN. Apple does prompt you because the keychain is encrypted with whatever you logged in last time. So it is going to ask me about this. So it's okay to say update keychain password and type in your AD password, because that's what you logged in last time and that's what it was encrypted with. So that's okay, and now I'm all good to go. Now every time you log in and log back out, you won't have to do that, but now I can successfully log in to Active Directory using my Active Directory user and my smart card. That's it. Thank you very much.